everyone, so I'm here with another healthy recipe for you all, and this time it's a delicious but nutritious dinner time recipe. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make this brown rice vegetable bake, and it is so delicious, and as I mentioned, really good for you. Great wholesome ingredients, lots of vegetables and lots of really good carbohydrates in there for you too, complex carbs because of the brown rice. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. Keep watching if you want to see how I created this. The ingredients that you're going to need are 2.5 cups of brown rice. You're also going to need 1/3 a cup of cheese. Next, you'll need some pine nuts, and this is completely up to you what amount you want to add. It depends how many you want in the recipe. You're going to need 1 zucchini, some olives. These are just pitted Kalamata olives. I have some pumpkin here. Again, depends on how much pumpkin you would like to include. I have 1 salad onion, 2 eggs, and 2 tomatoes. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your brown rice here and put 2.5 cups in a microwave safe bowl. Now you're going to want to take your pumpkin and your onion, and we're going to be dicing these up. So I'm starting with the pumpkin, and I'm just going to be cutting it up into small pieces, small little pieces that will cook through quickly. Cutting up the pumpkin, and this is about the amount that you want, and it's also about the size that you want to cut them. So you want something that's like a fair size that isn't going to turn to mush, but you also want something that's going to cook through properly in time. Now we're going to be moving that into this bowl, and now we're going to be taking our onion and cutting this up, and again we're just going to be dicing it. Our diced salad onion and pumpkin, I'm just going to be adding some olive oil over all of this, so a nice generous drizzle, and I'm going to be mixing that into all of the into all of the little pieces, and then I'm also going to be going in with some salt and pepper just to season everything. Here's also the stage where you might want to add any other extra spices or seasonings, and I'm also going to be adding some of this paprika. So this is a mild ground paprika. It's made out of capsicums if you weren't aware of what paprika was, and it just gives it all a very nice full-bodied smoky flavor. Now moving on to the rest of our vegetables, I have my zucchini and tomato here, and I'm just going to be dicing them up. Here's our tomato finished being diced, and I'm just going to be moving this to a separate bowl and then moving on to the zucchini. Now I'm just doing the same with the zucchini as I did with the tomato. I'm just going to be slicing it up into slices about this thick, and then I'm going to be going in and dicing them up. Now that's the zucchini done too, and I'm just going to be moving it into the same bowl as the tomato. So I've just taken the brown rice out of the microwave, and as you can see, it's completely cooked. Now we're going to be adding 2 eggs to the mixture, and these are just beaten eggs, and I've added some salt and some pepper in there also. So we're just going to be adding that and mixing it in. We're also going to be adding some cheese, so I'm just going to be dumping the whole lot in there and just mixing all of that in with the egg. Now it's time to start baking all of the ingredients together. So I'm going to be taking 2 glass baking dishes and dividing this mixture between the 2 dishes. I was going to separate the mixture into 2 dishes, but I actually think that 1 will be enough. I thought that I might have had or made a bit of extra, but I think that I'll be able to fit all of the vegetables and rice into the 1. So now we're going to be taking the mixture that we made up first, which was the pumpkin and onion. We're going to be just evenly spreading this all on top. So now we're going to be putting this into the oven for about 15 minutes on 200 degrees. And the reason that it's only going in for 15 minutes is because then we're going to be taking our tomato and zucchini mixture, and then we're going to be adding that on top. And these ingredients take a little bit longer to cook, so that's why we're putting them in first and then putting these ones on top. So yeah, just put that in for 15 minutes on 200 degrees. So I've just taken this out of the oven and it was in there for about 15 minutes or maybe a little bit less because I noticed it was browning up really quickly. So I'm just going to be adding this second layer of tomato and zucchini on the top. Now I'm also going to be adding some of my olives that I mentioned earlier, the pitted Kalamata olives. Just going to be sprinkling maybe like 8 or 10 on there. And of course, lucky last, I'm going to be adding the pine nuts. I'm just going to be sprinkling them all over. And now popping this in the oven for another 15 minutes. Okay, so this is what it looks like once I've taken it out of the oven, and I think I'm just going to leave this to sit for maybe 20 minutes just to let it cool down a little bit and make it easier to cut. But so far I think it came out amazingly and everything looks really nice and cooked through. A little tip to know when to take it out is that the pine nuts will have started to turn a bit brown and the olives will have shriveled up a little bit. And here is the finished product. I really love the way that it turned out. I think that it's really great how the base actually stays intact when you cut it. That's one of my favorite things about this recipe. So it's really easy to dish up and it doesn't fall everywhere like a lot of different recipes. So I think that the egg in that definitely contributes to the fact that it's really easy to cut up and dish out, and also the cheese and stuff, it all helps hold it together. So I think that the range of vegetables look really delicious as well, and you can definitely mix this up and sort of change up any vegetables to your preferences. Like if you don't like pumpkin, then use sweet potato. If you don't like zucchini, then pick another vegetable that you really do like. So it's very customizable, and I think that it's a great recipe for staying healthy but still super delicious and just really yum and a great dinner. And so that is it for the recipe. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please let me know if you tried this recipe out. Don't forget to send me a photo if you do try it out to mail@JordysCooking.com. And so yeah, I really love the way that this one turned out. I'm very happy with it, and I think that this is just a great dinner meal that's really good for you but also tastes delicious. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more recipes, and I'll talk to you really soon in my next video. Bye everyone.